Hey everybody, in this episode of Box Office Breakdown, glass is still the ceiling on this week's box office. We're going to break that down and more next.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Welcome to Box Office Breakdown, everybody. This is the show that looks back at the box office that was, and then we...
It's just me. Prognosticate. Kate.
Break it down, Amy Cassandra Martinez. Love it. I'm Frank Moran.
I'm Amy Cassandra Martinez.
And of course, making it sound great and look even better is Brianna in the booth.
Hey guys, how are you doing today?
Oh, look at
Good.
that.
Oh, how sweet. Good. How are you?
I am doing very well.
Yay.
I think there's more for the listener.
Yeah. Oh, that's awkward.
All right, no worries.
I mean,
I'll take it. When people ask me, how are you doing?
sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it, Frank.
Sure.
That's true. As
Story
always,
of my life.
as always, folks, like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up, or 2, or 3, or 4, wherever many thumbs you can put. And of course, the chat is up and running. I know you folks are in there sharing your thoughts about movies and box office or anything that we're going to be talking about. And if you're commenting, watching after we've streamed live, Amy, what can they do?
Comment down below.
Love it. Love it. So we'll jump into this last week's top 5. Very quiet February. Yes. When your top box office winners under $10 million, you know it's quiet.
Yeah.
That, again, is Glass from Universal, another $9.5 million. Mm-hmm. Still going strong.
Yeah. Pretty good.
You haven't seen it yet,
I have
though.
seen it.
You have?
I was trying to think if I've talked about it with you guys here.
I think you did because you talked about James McAvoy that first week, didn't you?
I did.
Just how ripped and jacked he was.
No, how good he is.
Oh, that's
all
yes,
the
you did.
characters.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, okay. Wow, it's been like 10 years since I've been here. Hi, guys, I missed you.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah,
That is true.
that is true.
Coming in number 2, The Upside with Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston, another $8.8 million. Solid number 2. And number 3 was our only film coming into the theaters this week as part of our box office breakdown rundown, and that is Miss Bala. That made $6.7 million and was also the subject of our box office bet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't win or lose, so
She decided not to play. She abstained by going to the SAG Awards.
lots of great winners, I have to say. Black Panther won, yes. Yeah, it was very exciting to be there. So,
And I'm guessing if they follow you on social media, they could see all these great stories and photos.
Yeah. There's actually, yes, that's true. There's a good deal of that on my highlights on Instagram, and then a few pictures, on the page.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Assortment.
When you put on a nice dress, you try to get as many pictures of you in it.
I don't blame you.
So
that, as I mentioned, that was our subject of our box office bet here. It was not Amy here, but it was Kari Juliet in the booth and myself betting here. Came in at $6.7 million. Kari and Juliet, we'll see if we can hold her accountable. But they'll have to go see this film. They built $5.8 million.
both?
She's sitting next to me.
Oh, yes. Let her know.
You lost the box office bet, Jules.
We're expecting her to see this.
She's crying now. I heard her. No, I'm just
That's right.
kidding.
Yes. No.
No.
I won with a $6.1 million bet. But I also lost because I went and saw the movie, too, because I was not so confident about my prediction.
Oh, and?
It is...
Oh.
It's I mean, it is a film that happens in a really compressed amount of time.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the beginning of the film, you just see her just... Hey, I'm going to go to Tijuana and see my old friend. And, hey, there's a shootout. And, hey, all of a sudden I'm sucked into this world. Now I'm sucked into that world. And what's the deal? It goes by fast. And by the end of it, there's a couple plots that are set up that don't really pay off. And you're like, why was this even put into play? Because it didn't really pay off at the end. And then at the very end, there's an element that's introduced that you're like, what are they expecting her to do? Because she's a makeup artist. So
Okay.
what at the end of the film, what they're like, you know what? Yep. Yeah, she's like, hey, we could use somebody like you. Like,
As a makeup artist.
no, not as a makeup artist. It's something completely different. And it's only just a couple of days that this has happened in.
A lot can change in 2 days.
Okay.
A lot can change. I don't know. I do have to say that when I found out about this, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, all right, Gina Rodriguez, this is cool. But I did a little bit more research, and it turns out that Miss Bala was just released within the last 6-7 years.
Yeah, 2011.
And now we're having a newer version. So I saw the original trailer to the original movie, and I was like, I like that. Why are we having to redo this when a movie, it hasn't even been 10 years?
But I feel like that is something that happens a lot when you've got foreign films, then also, hey, let's make the American version of this.
Yeah.
And rather than just sticking close to it, I feel like there feels the need to kind of throw in additional elements, up the action, up the drama, when it's like not just rely on the simple story about like what it is to be involved in, get sucked into this drug cartel world.
Yeah.
Try to fight your way out when it seems all hope is lost.
I mean, that's an interesting point. I feel like things have changed since 2011 in the, film entertainment world. Because I would like to think that, like in Roma, a foreign film, like people give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that, this story's being told. I'm interested to see the differences between the two. But if you weren't a huge fan, I don't know. It wasn't like, oh, I have to see this movie kind of a thing for me. At least not seeing this one.
It wasn't. It's not. It's not awful. You're not sitting there going like, "Oh, what is this?" It is.
Okay.
No, Boo 2, Medea Halloween.
What? I actually really liked it. I've told you this before. That I was like, this is actually pretty fun.
Oh man. Okay.
We have different tastes, and that's okay.
Yeah, I guess I would, but it's hard to believe that anybody would like that film.
Boo 2?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. But so Miss Bala, it's fine.
All
I
right.
mean, you can watch it for, I think it's an hour and 45 minutes.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
I really like that we get to see some more Latinos out there. So let's keep doing that.
Yeah. But I would find it hard to think of any foreign film that's been remade in America that is better than it's the original film.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing. And folks, feel free to chime away in the chat if you know of a American remake of a foreign film that has proven to be better.
And also like similar stories where it's not necessarily like a remake. I know Carrie's mentioned that like a bunch of times. I think even Happy Death Day was one that was kind of like an Asian film that she'd seen before. So yeah, it's nothing new, but it's just something to think about.
So yes, as I mentioned, Carrie and our
You
dear
wanna really-
Juliet will.
okay.
I gotta share the love because I went and saw it, and I didn't even need to. So let's make sure that everybody else goes see it. But folks, we do have another box office bet coming in, and while Miss Bala is our only film opening up this weekend, we've got several for your consideration that we'll talk about in a little bit. But breaking down the rest of the top five, we got Aquaman coming in at number 4 at $4.7 million, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 4.4.
And they just won a Directors Guild Award.
Look at
Was
that.
it? No. Was it Directors Guild? They won an Annie
They
for sure.
they won at the I believe it was the directors, but I'm trying to remember what critics.
Annie. It
And
was like this
They also
past
won at the
weekend.
Golden Globes, but
Yeah.
they've won a bunch of times.
So if you haven't yet seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, what are you waiting for?
Yeah,
There
and just
you
like
go.
Aquaman. I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, what's going on with your life?
I feel bad I haven't seen either.
Oh,
Okay, me neither.
Oh, Amy,
I know.
interesting.
You know what though? It's funny because all the DC fans came out the first time that we talked about it, but since then, where are you guys? Like, come on, come and chat with us because I will be seeing it before sometime.
before 2030.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Before
All right.
the end of the year, we talked about this before, but I'm making my way through all the Oscar-nominated movies, so it wasn't nominated because obviously it came out. I think the deadline was too late, too early, ended early. All right, so haven't seen it,
She
so
just
don't
talked to
feel
herself.
bad.
We just watched Amy, just like her thought process, just out loud for all of us to see.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It was
Unfiltered,
great.
always.
So, as you did mention, we're rounding it up. We'll finish our top 5, but there are other films that we've had a chance to see.
Yeah.
Amy, I'll start with you. I know you've been working your way, as you mentioned, through the Oscar-nominated films.
Yeah. Okay. So Vice, I finally was able to see that. Have I talked about that?
No, you have not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so from there on, I am on Letterboxd, not sponsored. It's pronounced Letterboxd without the ed. Yeah, that's an app, so I really get to keep track of my movies, and so that's what's helping me try to have everything written down. So yes, Vice was actually really good. It was surprisingly good. I think Adam McKay did a really good job, and if you're a fan of The Big Short and those kinds of movies, I think you'd really appreciate this. There's a lot of like, ooh, and then there's a certain part where you think the movie's over and it's not. So just make sure that you finish watching the movie completely if that makes sense.
As if you would leave during. Okay.
No, trust me though.
Literally, I can just vouch for it. It's not to spoil, but there's literally a thing that looks like credits.
Oh no,
not at the
yes.
end of the film.
I know, but wait.
Just so you know.
Did people actually get up in your screening? And
I'm not gonna say.
that means somebody did. Was that you? You got
It
up.
wasn't me.
You got up and
No.
I started walking like, oh, wait a
No,
minute.
bye. No. Can You Ever Forgive Me with Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. That is a whole different side of Melissa McCarthy that we've never seen. Highly recommend it. Green Book. Yes. Really like that. It's kind of like Driving Miss Daisy. People had some issues with it, but watch it so you can form your own opinion. The Ballad of Freaking Buster Scruggs. That's not the official title. Take out the freaking. It is on Netflix, so you're welcome to watch it. It's nominated for, I think, 3 Oscars. I had a lot of issues with it. There were some highs, there were some lows. There was some singing and cowboys. It's interesting. But one of my favorites so far that I have seen, RBG. It's on Hulu. It's a documentary, obviously, over on Ruth Bader Ginsburg of Justice. So that one is amazing. Freaking loved it. And lastly, Cold War. It's a foreign film. Very interesting. It feels like it's a romantic drama. So yeah, but really making my way through them. There's a lot, and there's. What I love about the Oscars is that when you start to get into the documentaries and the foreign films, they feel so different. So you'll watch one movie like Cold War, and then the next one will be completely different. I mean, Roma feels completely different. That's what I love. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. All right. For me, I saw a horror film, and I'll actually be talking to one of the actors of that coming up at 6 o'clock there on the GH Report. That's Carolyn Hennessy's film, St. Agatha. Comes out February 8th. It takes place in like 1950s Georgia. I was mentioning it to Amy earlier. So
cool.
yeah, it's deals with religion, Catholic guilt, things like that through a 1950s kind of lens, and it was a fun little watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't mind doing that at all. So it'll be interesting to talk to Carolyn about that. So How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World.
Yes.
Yes. Third. Closing it out. Ending the story right now.
Holy moly.
Yes. They did some early screenings there yesterday. Fandango did a bunch of them. And then it actually opens in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm a VIP.
You're on their list.
Oh,
of
yeah,
fancy
that's
people.
right. Yep. They said, hey, Frank, we need you to pay money to come see this film early. And I'm like, I absolutely will do that because I really do enjoy this franchise a lot. So it ends in, I'm not afraid to admit it. I cried at the end.
Frank,
I did. I cried at the end.
Well, geez. I have to go see it now.
There you
I need
go.
to watch the rest of them too, but...
I think you will enjoy it. It's a great trilogy. The animation, the acting, the stories are all great.
How would you compare this third movie with the other two?
I think emotionally, if I had to rank them, I think I'd go 1, 3, 2.
Oh.
That's how I'd go.
All right.
Yeah.
Came out, ended strong.
Ended strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought
Good.
it did. And it's it did some stuff with the ending that you're like, okay, nice.
So, okay, well, when you said cry,
Yes.
like
Ugly cry?
Yeah.
Next to this
like
little girl that was sitting
massive-
next to me.
Yeah?
Who I didn't know, but I was like,
Yeah?
toothless. Not quite that ugly cry. No.
I think you're lying.
No. But there was a moment where I felt like, God, I hope that wasn't loud.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That makes me so happy.
There you go.
Not that I want to
It's
see you in pain or anything.
No.
I just-
It wasn't painful crying. It wasn't like,
Good.
yeah,
It's just good for the soul.
Good for you. Yep,
Yeah.
there you go. One of those where you just, as the lights, as the credits start to roll, you just like, I better just wipe the tears from my face so nobody who's walking by me sees them.
It's all right. Embrace the tears, Frank.
There you go.
It's okay. It's a safe space here.
Though I did, as the credits went up, I did hear somebody weeping. Yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4 rows behind me. And I was like, whoa, all right.
Oh, wow.
There
Okay.
you go.
So, guys in the chat and everyone listening right now, bring a huge box of tissues. It depends because if you cried, now I know. Like, if Neil sees this movie, buckets of tears.
That's true. Our boy.
So,
That's right, boy.
Neil.
Yeah, Neil Plumley. Yes,
Yeah.
I think he'll weep.
yeah.
Yeah. So
right.
good film. Good film.
Nice.
So, yes.
Cool.
look at that. So there you go. Those were my little exciting forays into the cinema world.
Yeah.
The cinema world. But folks, we did mention the box office bet. So we have many entries now. February starting to pick back up. Movies starting to pick back up. There's our building until we get to the summer box office, which would be nice. Yes. Oh, real quick before you even talk about that, they did drop the Hobbs and Shaw trailer. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure there's got to be a trailer reaction by you and Spielberg watching this.
Oh, Spielberg is my cat, if you guys aren't aware.
Oh, I thought it was Steven Spielberg. No? Okay.
Well, sometimes he'll make a cameo. Sure, someday. Who knows? No trailer reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, did you see it?
I did.
I love that Fast and Furious franchise. They're bonkers, and now they introduced a cyborg into the mix.
Yeah.
Come on. Where can I give you my money? I'm all in.
Just take it.
Yes.
Here it is. Yeah, Idris Elba is fantastic.
I know some people have issues with Jason Statham's character because he killed Han, and so they feel like that's kind of, for him to kind of be brought kind of back into the fold.
Yeah.
And I thought Fast 8 was trying to do a lot of heavy lifting to try to make you think like, I know he killed one of our own, but come on, he's a good guy, right?
Oh, I think this trailer does a good job of showing you the juxtaposition of the two guys, Hobbs and Shaw. So, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'm okay with it.
Are those two characters that you are interested in seeing removed from the rest of the Fast and Furious cast?
I support The Rock in anything he does, so I will watch him do anything.
I'm jazzed. So I feel much about the same way about you. And I think him and Jason Statham, they had one of my favorite fight scenes in the Fast series. That was from Fast 7? Yes. When they do the fight there in his office. And then at the end of it, that's when he has to take Chris Hemsworth's wife and protect her from the exploding grenade.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a fantastic fight scene between the two of them. And nothing in 8 really rivaled that for me.
So now
let's like strip them away.
Yeah.
And let's see the two of them. I doubt we're going to see them fighting each other, but we get to see them dealing a lot of butt kicking around to other folks. So.
Well, and I think the trailer did a good job, although it did feel a little long because you had one song and then you had the Why Can't We Be Friends song, and then you had another part to it. And I was like, whoa, okay, this feels like a lot. But what we did see with them jumping off the building and then the elevator and all that, I'm like, yeah, I'm a sucker for that. Yep. So they did a great job.
I'm in.
And I follow The Rock on Instagram, as I know a whole lot of people do.
True.
Millions of people. He's been working really, really hard. So I'm just very proud of him. In case you would like to know, Rock, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, because for a while, we didn't know if he was going to make it. But
no, he literally, like the other day he posted, it's been a couple days and I've only slept like 4 hours. And I feel like we can all relate to that. Yeah. Sure, like sometimes our schedules get very busy. We're doing, 10 million things. But it's like he doesn't have to do this. At this point, he doesn't have to.
He still gets his gym time in. Crushes those leg days, even on the few hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he, records himself, like giving an inspirational message. I appreciate that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So yes. So thank you for a little momentary reprieve as we talked about some hot trailer talk.
Yeah. Today there's a small game going on, a football game going on.
Yes. Yep.
People are excited. A newer version of the trailer came out.
Oh,
Jordan
very nice.
Peele.
I've not seen that yet, so I'll be making sure to check that out afterwards.
But you saw the first one.
I did see it. You get even more excited. If it was possible to be even more excited after the first trailer, this is
so
Amy Cassandra.
excited. So excited. Right, and a newer, like it's a 30-second spot, I guess you could say, for Endgame. Which is yeah.
All right.
It's a lot.
I'll take any 30 seconds I can get of that film.
Yeah.
Until I can actually sit down there and watch that whole big thing.
Ooh, take tissues. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So our 4 films that are going to be vying for your vote in the chat for our next box office bet are going to be Cold Pursuit, the one with Liam Neeson and Laura Dern. Every time I see this commercial or this trailer for this, I am amazed that the title Cold Pursuit has not been used before.
Right?
It seems like such a low-hanging, clearly there must be another film called Cold Pursuit. But
you know, I really thought this had already been released.
Nope. So that
years ago.
Yep. So that's coming out there. If you like Liam Neeson and you like action movies and you like cold weather, then and snowplows, then there you go.
What's the Gray, or doesn't he do one like a few years ago?
He did the Gray with the wolves.
Cold Liam Neeson action. Yeah. Okay.
That's right. There you go. But this one, there's more trucks in this one, Brie.
And
good to know.
If you like Liam Neeson in warmer weather, he's also in The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, all right. No,
also in colder weather in that film too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a blur. That movie's a blur. I was like, when is it gonna be over? But yeah.
All right. We've also got the Lego Movie, the second part from Warner Brothers.
I've heard great things.
I've heard, and I think that's more often than not, you tend to hear that it's good, but it doesn't quite capture all the magic of the first.
All right.
But who knows? That's what I've heard. I'll have to see for myself.
Yeah.
The Prodigy, horror film from Orion Pictures, and What Men Want with Taraji P. Henson. This has Amy's name written all over it.
It really does. It really freaking does. I'm a fan of What Women Want with Helen Hunt and
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, thank you. Yeah, so this is right up my alley. I'm so excited. I am so excited. No shame at all.
How do you prefer? Because it's he gets zapped with like electricity.
Yeah.
And that's how he gains the ability to read women's minds.
Yeah.
Do you like that, or do you like the way it's being set up in this film, where she drinks some weird concoction from some psychic, and then she sleeps for a long time, and then she wakes up and she can hear men's thoughts?
I mean, I don't really have a preference. I think that I would say that more people now are inclined to go to a psychic, but that's not true. So I'm like, if you're trying to modernize it, maybe it's like you would want to do that, but nah. No, I like this is going to sound weird. I like the violence of the first one when, like, how that happens to him. It's pretty terrifying to get electrocuted. There's a blow dry involved. There's some water in the bathtub. It's pretty intense. I like that.
Yeah, that's almost going to make it feel like, I do have a superpower now because I lived through such a crazy thing. Other than like, I just drank this little thing and I took a sleep.
I don't know, though, because some teas can be very potent. I've been watching House a lot, so I'm very... House is a TV show, if you've never heard of it. Yeah, with Hugh Laurie. So yeah, sometimes you just can never underestimate
a good tea.
A good tea.
That's right. Never understand that. So those are the 4 films vying for your vote there in the chats. To start chiming away, let us know which one you'd like us to do for this week's box office bet. In the meantime, though, we'll do a quick breakdown of some international news. So as we're talking about How to Train Your Dragon, that actually expanded, opened up early internationally. They took advantage of, especially in Australia, they really took advantage of the holiday season over there to open up early. So it's got about $40.2 million this week here, and it takes the overseas running total to $84.4 million from 41 markets so far in release, and that hasn't even made it into the domestic side yet.
Do you want to say, if anyone's watching us or listening to us from Australia, be careful because they have a massive heat wave over there. Just want to say that. Go to the movies if you're looking for some kind of comfort in the AC.
Look at you, Amy. Always looking out.
No, I surprisingly apparently follow a lot of Australians on social media.
Okay. Oh, I thought you just looked at the Australian weather just in and of itself, just because you were curious.
No, but it's a thing. It's really, really bad. And then the polar vortex, you guys take care of yourselves.
There you go.
I'm serious.
There you go. Amy put on a little mom hat for a moment there. Just there you go.
Thank you.
Make sure you tweet at Amy when you get back home so she knows you made it home safe.
Yes, be careful.
Yes.
Drink water. Put some layers on. Not, if you're in Australia, don't put more layers on.
Take more layers off? Don't wear a lot of layers.
Don't wear a lot of layers.
You're promoting nudity in Australia.
No.
Okay, I see what Amy's doing
stay
now.
inside. Be in the air conditioning.
Okay. Of course, Glass there, which Disney's releasing abroad, even though it's Universal here domestically. It dipped 49% in its third week, but it added $12.2 million in 54 markets for an overseas total of $110.3 million.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's still running marginally below Split.
I mean, though, Split is amazing, so...
And the worldwide total passed $200 million, probably by the end of the weekend once everything kind of gets totaled up.
Yeah.
And China has helped push Fox's Deadpool ahead of the original Deadpool's worldwide gross with $784 million globally. It's now the highest grossing film in the X-Men franchise.
That's actually not too surprising.
No. Especially because it's made for less money than one of the X-Men films. And it's doing gangbusters. So it's definitely putting more curiosity to seeing how Disney's going to approach handling it going forward. If they're going to just do X-Force, what their plans are concerning Deadpool as a character.
Oh, I so want some X-Force in our lives. Just X-Force with Domino.
Yeah, I think this is too good of a franchise that they've set up. I mean, I feel like the X-Men, I'm ready for that to be retired and refreshed.
Yeah.
Under Disney. Just let's start from scratch. It's gotten too convoluted now. I mean, I'll watch Dark Phoenix when it comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
I'd like to see it just start from zero.
Started from the zero.
Yeah, but I feel
Now we're here.
like having Dark Phoenix coming out, that means we're probably gonna let it sit on the shelf for a couple years, 2-3 years.
Yeah, because
before we even
that's
see
just
anything.
too much.
What do you think the odds are that we'd see an X-Men film or a Fantastic Four film first from Marvel?
Aw, Fantastic Four. I forgot about them. If they're smart, I think they should do Fantastic Four. It's further away from us that we are not like, calm down. You know?
And there are people that still do love the X-Men franchise, for better or for worse. But I think you're going to find very few people that will sit there and go like, man, those Fox Fantastic Four films have all been great.
Yeah, and I feel like if you try to do too much already, people are going to get annoyed, or they're going to be like, just stop, because these were good back here. People have their preferences. People love certain ones more than others. So then it's just like, calm down. Let's just step away, and let's just start from something else.
I also think we need to just give a little break to mourn Hugh Jackman not playing Wolverine anymore.
Yeah.
If they've tried to bring in another Wolverine, I don't think I would be on board yet.
It's too
That's
soon.
very true.
Too soon. Oh, Logan. That was so sad, but so good.
It was a good cry.
Yeah.
Good cry.
You cried?
Did I cry? I think I might have got a little teary-eyed.
Wow.
Maybe.
How to Train Your Dragon 3 made you cry more than Logan.
It did.
You heard it here first.
That's right.
guys.
Yeah, hot scoop here on Box Office Breakdown. And for Aquaman, the film that Amy refuses to see,
Stop it.
has topped $1.1 billion globally, $783.4 million internationally, and opens in Japan on Friday. So we'll see how that adds to it there. And Creed 2 topped $200 million globally, while Ralph's Break the Internet has now surpassed the original Wreck-It Ralph, both domestically and internationally.
Good for them.
Look at that.
Yeah.
They did it.
I personally identify with Vanellope, so I'm always rooting for her. She's a tiny little thing, and we look very similar. Not right now. My hair is a little different, but yeah.
You don't have any candy stuck in it like you usually do.
Oh, it's under here.
Oh, it is right underneath that
Don't
hat.
tell everyone.
Okay,
Frank.
sorry.
Gosh.
That's why she's wearing the hat today,
Yeah.
everybody. She couldn't get the
Save
candy
that
out.
for-
I got my sucker in there. Okay.
Yep.
So, folks, before we get into our next week's top 5 predictions as well as our box office bet, we're going to do a little box office rewind. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Where we look back at somebody that's going to be one of our upcoming films and take a look at their top 5 opening box office films.
Mm-hmm.
For that, we decided to go, hey, The Cold Pursuit, come on. It's got a lot of hot action in there. Let's check out Emmy Rossum.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm glad. I actually have seen a good deal of these movies.
She's her last season of Shameless is on right now on Showtime.
Yeah.
So she's doing good. Number 5, a film that I have not seen. I don't know. Maybe I'll say it and then you can tell me why I should see it. And that is Phantom of the Opera from Warner Brothers back in 2004. 51.2. Thank you, Brianne.
Bree. Well, yeah, but here's the thing. So, not everyone can see it on Broadway. So, if you're like, you know what? I feel
If
like
you want a mediocre version of Phantom of the Opera, go see this movie.
I'm trying to root for this movie. No, here's the thing. The Broadway show is a million times better, but I feel like that's the case with most, because there's something about being in the theater and seeing everything, and especially if you go to New York. I've seen it twice in New York, and both times I was like, I love this place. But it's pretty cool, and you still get the songs, different people sing them.
Gerard Butler sings. He should not sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the thing with Gerard Butler, because my go-to is I'll be thinking 300, some of it is Action Fair. I try to forget the Katherine Heigl comedy that he did.
Hey, The Ugly Truth.
Oh,
it was
that's
weird,
rough.
but there was TV involved, so I was entertained.
But I often forget that, he sang in Phantom of the Opera.
I feel like I blocked that from my mind.
Brie,
So-
as a musical snob here, would you rather hear Gerard Butler sing or Pierce Brosnan sing?
Oh, Gerard Butler.
Okay.
100%.
Blasphemy, don't ever
Gerard
say
Butler
that
can
was-
sing. It's just not opera. He can't sing the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack. But if P.S. I Love You, I was fine with him singing that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. P.S. I love you. Oh, yeah. That's true. Which is weird, though, because you said, he just can't sing opera, which that sucks because that's half the title of the movie. But I am still rooting for you to see it just so you can experience what we've experienced.
All right.
Just watch it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Brie, real quick, as we're talking about Pierce Brosnan, did you see Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again?
I did.
Did you like? As much as I will make fun of Pierce Brosnan from the first one, in the second one, when he has his little singing interlude, it was kind of quiet. It was kind of filled with missing and longing, and I felt like I liked him in that better than anything that he did in the first one. I don't know.
Yeah, I was very appreciative that they didn't give him his own song again. That wasn't even in the musical like they did in the first one.
Yay!
Yeah, all right. Coming to number 4, another film I have not seen, but I saw my first anime of this, Dragon Ball Evolution.
This is Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I did not see this.
Me neither.
Yeah,
but
came out in 2009, $4.7 million.
It's higher than Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's Dragon Ball fans. They love it.
Yeah.
Number 4, Beautiful Creatures from 2013. Made $7.5 million.
Cool.
Yeah, never saw it myself. Number 2, Poseidon from Warner Brothers back in 2006. $22 million, $60 million total, but 22 for its opening weekend.
That was one of the first movies that I saw, and I was like, this is pretty fun. Because I was branching out, and like what movies I saw.
I saw it because Kurt Russell. I'm a huge Kurt Russell fan.
Oh, yeah.
And the only thing that sticks with me in that film is what happens with Kurt Russell.
I was going to say in the water.
It's
duh. Duh. In the water. That's all of the movie. With the ladder and and then
how the story wraps up for Kurt Russell. At the
yeah,
end. I thought, I was like, you sold it, baby. You sold it.
that was a fun
There you go.
one.
That's right.
I mean, not for
Well,
them.
I don't know why we're worried. This film's 12 years old, 13 years old. I think we can spoil that.
Spoiler.
Yeah, his death scene, great. He made me
Yeah.
believe a man could drown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
And number 1, The Day After Tomorrow from Fox, 2004, $68.7 million.
This. What?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go.
Lay it on me. That
Go.
is just a fun, if you want to just watch a bunch of stuff being destroyed on a big scale. Roland Emmerich, some hate him, some love him.
Yeah.
I'm just in for just, cardboard characters and crazy visuals.
Yeah. Well, this was one of the first big disaster movies, like end of the world kind of things that I saw. And I was like, this is amazing. And that one scene with Jake Gyllenhaal, and I guess it's Emmy Rossum, where they're just like cuddling because everything's just really, really cold. I was like, this is awful. Like they could die because it's so cold. And it was so good. I haven't seen it since though, but it's one of my favorites, like deep down.
All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do our top 5 real quick in our remaining minutes, and then we'll hop into our box office bet. So, feel free, if you haven't had a chance to vote yet in our chat, jump in now and vote. Your choices are Cold Pursuit, the Lego Movie, the second part, Prodigy, or What Men Want. But in the meantime, all those 4 films are going to be going into our box office, along with our top 5. Considering that our top film only made $9.5 million, I feel confident in saying that Glass is not going to be number 1 next week.
Yeah, I think Lego Movie 2.
Yes.
Kids are like, come on. It's been raining a lot here, and I know that it's, the polar vortex and everything. I feel like people would want to, well, maybe only in the West Coast, would want to go see it in the movies. Go outside.
I'm going to say mine.
Okay.
I would go Lego Movie to the second part. I'm going to say What Men Want.
Yeah.
Cold Pursuit.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. I could see
Cool.
The Prodigy doing. It's been a while since we had a good horror film.
Do people know about it?
I don't know anything about it myself, so that could be the deterrent.
But horror fans know what's up.
Yeah. But do you want just a nice, good, cheesy Liam Neeson action movie? All right, I'm going to stick with my boy Liam Neeson. So I'm going to go him, Cold Pursuit 3, Prodigy 4. And I feel like, I don't know if people are going to be too tuned in with Glass. So I guess I'll stay with Glass number 5. I think everything else will drop off too much.
I think I'll switch the Cold Pursuit and the Prodigy with you, and everything else is the same.
All right.
Yeah, I trust you horror fans to be like, no, we got to go out and see it. Yeah.
Gotta get it.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to wrap up the show by doing our box office bet. One of the films chosen by you in the chat. We will bet on what we think the opening box office total will be. The winner will get to be basking in being the prognosticators. The loser, of course, will have to go see the movie and tell us all about it. So we will look to the chat to see what they're saying in terms of our vote. If our boy Ken Jack is in there, he's usually really good about summing it up and breaking the good/bad news to us.
From what I can see, unless I'm wrong, and someone in the chat let me know if I'm wrong, but I think Cold Pursuit won.
Yeah! Hot dog! All right, guys.
What?
You know it, guys. You
Nice.
understand. It's February. We've got some cold. We got some Liam Neeson. Got some beating it up stuff. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Nothing says February like Liam Neeson.
There's nothing sweeter than a box office bet that is with a film that you already were like, yeah, I want to go see this movie. Anyway, so it's
Is
cool.
that how you're feeling?
I feel Cold Pursuit. The
Are you
title.
just playing it off like, meh?
No. It's Liam Neeson. I'm a sucker for those Liam Neeson action movies, and this title is so ridiculous that I'm like, all right, I got to go check it out. But
right.
yes, so we'll be betting away on that. It's Liam Neeson, Emmy Rossum, Laura Dern. On,
Laura Dern. I love her.
2,500 screens.
All right.
And
I can't find my cat. Here we go.
we'll see if Brianna, would you like to join us this week? All right.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
I just don't like
What's
losing.
the worst that could happen? You could go see a fantastic Liam Neeson. Oh,
This
okay,
is-
fantastic might be too big, but a
See,
solid.
Liam Neeson. That's okay. Yeah, big picture. It's not the end of the world. I just don't like losing.
Okay.
So what are you putting down, Frank?
Let's see. I will put down my number here real quick. And don't worry, as I'm typing in, folks, I'm also writing down all our bets as well. So no cheating on my part. I will type this in for...
All right. You know what? We're just going to go with it, Amy.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'm going to go with that one. All right. Everybody ready? Bree, you ready to go?
I am ready.
All right. What do you got?
I'm going to say 9 million.
Ooh, 9 million. Okay.
All
Fantastic.
right.
Amy?
7.
7. All right. I went with $12 million. I have faith in my boy.
Somewhere,
There
even
you
though when
go.
I go first.
All right. So Brianna just gets to rest easy. I feel like you're going to be seeing this movie, Amy.
I think so too.
Yes. 7 million. I think that's low. That's low.
But the Lego movie did too. The second one. The second part.
How many people want to see bricks and how many people want to see Liam Neeson breaking bricks?
I mean, but there's also What Men Want.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
Yep.
we'll be surprised if I do win, but I will always root for myself. And you too.
Thank you.
But there's no way we can both win.
That's true.
I want Brie to win.
Trust me, as enthusiastic as I was about Cold Pursuit, you could have told if we got What Men Want, been a lot of faking on that one. Like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see that scene where it's like that cloud. That's my farts. Can't wait to see that
What?
one. Yep, that's
I don't remember that.
all I remember from that trailer.
I think I blocked that from my mind.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. As always, folks, like us on Facebook, give us 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and thank you everybody for hopping in the chat. While you're in the YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up, or 2, or 3, 4, however many you can as well. And if you want to stay in touch with any of us, even after the show's over, Brianna, where can they find you?
You can find me at Bri, BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS on Twitter and Instagram.
And you guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ.
Nailed it.
Yes. Thank you.
There you go. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie. Folks, we'll be back here next Sunday with an all-new episode of Box Office Breakdown right here on Popcorn Talk. Go see some movies.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.